once. Give him the goddamn 5 seconds.
Fuck. Go ahead, Paul.
Alright, you bastards, this is the best damn tech show period. That's right, we are back. We had a little hiatus, maybe a month and a half. Writer's strike, of course, because we're all teleprompted here, as you know. I am Flemmo. This is very serious tech stuff.
Very serious.
I'm joined by my cohorts in crime, the very randy Rand McNally. Am I right? That's him there. Very Reverend Sir Duchess Adam Plant, of course, to my left. And we're also joined by some luminaries.
What?
Luminaries.
People.
Important people. No, not them. Yeah. Oh, we got Hilly.
The luminaries right there.
We got Hilly and Bart from the Indie Hall. Welcome.
Those guys right there.
And also, Hilly was just at the South by Southwest, so maybe he'll have a couple of words to say if his voice holds up. Apparently, there's lots of parties going on. We'll have a little bit of that for you a bit later on. But for now, it's the best damn news.
Best damn fucking news. Love that intro.
Love it. Love that intro too.
Yep.
You know, the little animations. Like that. Fabulous. Chris Fitz, thank you very much. All right, it's been a month and a half. I'm not sure if I remember how to do this whole thing, all right? Mm-hmm. So just let me know.
As if you're gonna forget how to talk.
Quarter Life.
What's that, Half-Life?
It's half of a Half-Life.
It's a half of a Half-Life.
I gotcha.
It was a show that was on, well, predominantly MySpace, a little web TV show. Got picked up by NBC, the big network. They showed it. Yeah, several episodes all tied into one. And it died in the arse.
Yeah.
Gross.
Bad PR for web TV, unfortunately, but, you know, I think they're showing it on Bravo. It was an experiment, sure, but I think the shortcomings was actually the show itself.
Yeah, well, as a professional television insider, and since I've worked for both PBS and QVC
Okay.
and some feature films, I'm going to give my opinion on this.
Oh.
And that is, if you bring something over to television, it has to have the budget of a television show. It has to be produced, it has to be shot, it has to be edited. Not crazily, but most of these web ports, which I like to call them from the video game world, web ports over to TV aren't working because they're not really doing much to boost the show. And people aren't seeing it and thinking, oh, wow, a neat internet show on TV. They're just seeing it as another television show and thinking it's inadequate and boring.
Well, wasn't it essentially the writing that may have been its shortcoming?
I'm talking about the entire production. That includes writing, directing, shooting, everything. All of them kind of
One episode they gave it, and it didn't do very well. So
Well, that's also, to be fair, nowhere near enough time to give a show.
that is
You need
definitely true.
Half of a season minimum.
And what was
12
it going up
episodes.
against? Some other big shows?
I don't know. What was the time? I never fucking watch things when they're on television, so I don't know when they originally
Go
air.
up against, I forget. It wasn't that bad. They gave it. It was a softball. I mean, it was a good spot.
It wasn't like 4 a.m. Sunday morning.
No,
Right.
no, prime time.
Oh well. Sooner or
Anyway.
later, it's gonna happen.
It'll happen. It will happen. Sure, mark our words. Mark Rand's words.
My words.
At being a professional tech TV.
Super TV guy 5000.
Professional.
TV guy 5,000. Right.
Professional.
Exactly. Yahoo! Plant loves his Yahoo.
Loves
You
it.
all know. They're opening up their search and support for the semantic web. What does that mean, Plant?
Semantic?
Well, the concept here of Yahoo opening themselves up for anything, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft.
For some more abuse, maybe. But
The semantic.
the idea of the semantic web, I mean, that's you're pretty much talking XML. That's supposed to be like the semantic web, but I don't really understand. It's such a broad term.
I know what
exactly
it is.
are they planning
do?
on doing with that?
The semantic web is a web that a tick makes out of semen. Thank you very much.
Ticks don't make
You know
webs.
what it is? It is actually. I mean.
That's why it's
you
so
have
rare,
the Semantic web experts.
So the
Get him.
All the way around.
so semantic web's a lot about distribution rather than centralization. So opening of more data APIs and giving people control over their own stuff. So I think one of the first big steps that they had was when they did like the OpenID implementation.
Right.
Yeah.
And now I think they're supposed to be rolling out something very similar to what Google did with their social graph API. It's basically everybody's doing their own little thing, and these the players, Google, the Yahoo, and whatnot, are building tools to allow you to pull all the pieces together.
You know what?
Love
I'm fucking leaving. I don't know shit.
That's
the fucking.
That's why
stand on our head.
that's
The
why we brought
semantic
him
web
along.
is one of those terms that have been thrown around and mutated and changed over like the last 6 years. I mean, like used to say when someone said the semantic web, they're talking about XML, and meaning that like a programmer could like, you know, rather than code to machine or whatever, it would be human readable, and that's why XML is like the most human readable thing. But I mean, anymore it means something completely different. It's one of those terms that just mutates all over the place.
It's a big Tim Berners-Lee initiative. He's a big supporter of it. So, an interesting move by Yahoo, no doubt. We'll see how it pans out.
They are struggling in the throes of death to grasp onto some branch
They are
of
not.
new life to pull them out.
They're just trying to get a little bit creative. That's all. That's all. We're big supporters of Yahoo, aren't we?
Oh,
Hey?
Fleming.
Hey?
They have good APIs. They have good APIs.
All right, tech
It's
Biffo,
like
though.
saying it's got a nice ass.
Tech,
It is, but sometimes that's the finest part of someone.
It's a little tech Biffo.
Tech Biffo,
Well, it's not the official tech Biffo. It's just a little tech Biffo.
Tech Biffet.
Okay, it's a little edge. Jimbo Wales.
Jimbo Whale.
Kind of started that thing, Wikipedia.
Wicca what, dear?
Wikipedia.org, if you don't know.
Wikipedia? Okay, yeah.
The ring taken.
So,
Wikipedia, look it up.
so there's been a lot of controversy surrounding him and some of his dealings with Wikipedia. I believe most of it started in that he was taking a little bit of on the side for it. But not only that, he was taking a little bit of as well.
You sound like Flipper.
Can we... Let's fill in these dolphin language, dolphin nouns.
So which
So,
one's the and which one's the
Well, that's the where you're taking money, right? Right.
So he's
And
taking
this is
money
the where you're a little bit of a...
Thank God, because your first didn't look like taking money. It looked like a really awkward hand job.
All right, it's been a sex scandal.
The stranger.
Sex scandal.
So he is both taking...
Animation.
He's taking money out of the company, and he's getting fucked. You supposedly
Smart
using
man.
money that he took out of the company.
See, I don't know if he was taking money out of the company. It was more so using the leverage of the company to fund his
get-
own little activities.
Pretty bad.
Or is that, I want to know the specifics on that because it's such a great.
Isn't that what
area.
actors and directors do?
Here, I'll.
All right, Drew knows the specifics. He was there.
And anybody else who reads Valleywag knows specifics, very specifics, because she released their private chat conversations, where I think indeed he said, Jim, I'm really sorry. Fuck. I hope he doesn't get this. I'm a reporter! I'm a reporter, Jimmy.
Why'd you do it, Jim? Why'd you do it?
Arlington put Jimmy on suicide watch. It's gonna be your fault.
He's on suicide watch.
What did he say?
All right. He would say, "Oh, we're gonna go first class. I'm gonna go first class because fuck it, I can." And let's go here. And he meets a business associate, but he went for the fucking trip.
But he
And
flew first class. That's all right. I don't know. I'm okay with that.
upgrade on Airtran, bitches.
I don't know. I don't think he was taking fucking AirTran.
I'm telling you right
It's
now.
debatable. The company supports him. Let's just say Wikipedia supports him. Nothing's been found, anything like that. But the bottom line is he was fucking this broad.
Right.
And
Well, so what? He's not a fuck broad.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a couple, and he's married.
So what? And he's married? Well, then that's their problem. It has nothing to do with Wikipedia. He's not in government office. He can fuck whoever he wants, and that's his wife's problem.
That's true.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, in, Jimbo. Cash in on your your efforts there.
The money.
I give you the thumbs up.
Yeah,
All
right.
right, I don't want to leave out the other part. Apparently, he took a $5,000, or was it? It was more, a donation to change a Wikipedia entry for someone.
That's
There you go.
Now that's
shady.
not proven.
Okay, but that makes sense to me. But the first class flights, taking a first class plane to see a business associate, even if you fuck abroad while
Rand
you're there,
would totally do that.
totally cool.
Yeah, that's cool by me. I mean, how many
I'm
times do
sorry.
I use Wikipedia? The guy can fly first class all he wants.
I'm sorry if you're high up in
That's
the
where
company.
you get your information.
You're
Not
allowed.
the first class. Is it wrong if he would say to somebody, "I'll change your Wikipedia entry to make it look better. Why don't you give us some money?"
Totally wrong.
Okay. I'm not saying it's been
But
proven,
it
but
wouldn't
that's
be
why
Why would
wrong.
someone have to do that though? Isn't Wikipedia open? Or was it locked in?
There's like people
Now, was he
trolling them
screwing
and
chicks to
preventing-
change their Wikipedia
preventing
entry?
shit from happening.
Actually, while he was screwing her, he had her Wikipedia page changed.
Well, I mean,
At the same time? Gotta be a lot of typos in there.
over.
he was just getting a blowjob. It was easy.
Yeah.
Put the laptop on her head.
Smarter
Aye,
even still.
aye.
I'm starting to really like
Aye.
this guy.
All right, it's about sex, and we
It
need
was-
a sex scandal intro. Chris the Fist, can you get him on that?
It was big.
You don't want to see what he's gonna animate for that
That's
intro.
the laptop on a girl's head while she's giving a blowjob while you're updating Wikipedia.
What do you call that? Put it in Urban Dictionary.
It's called the finger dance.
Yeah.
Okay, it was bigger biffo than I thought.
Oral
But,
Wikipedia update.
anyway, we'll see how that pans out, right? According to 9 Inch Nails, I want to fuck you like an animal.
According
Thought
to
you'd
them.
never ask.
Who, me?
No, not you. Definitely not you. You.
Uh-huh.
You know who I'm talking about.
So what's the
freaked out
story?
when I'm watching this later.
Are we covering new albums from 1993?
No, they released a new one. It's called Ghosts Eye 4 or something along those lines.
1 through
4
4.
parts.
Yeah.
Right, one through 4. That's it. That's what it was.
The
Don't forget
dash,
the 2 and the 3.
the dash
That's
denotes...
exactly what it was. Well,
Four.
we had a break for a month and a half, and
Obviously,
I
you
told you,
forgot
I
that
warned
in
you.
the in-depth
Alright.
pre-show
Warned
meeting
you,
we had.
bastard. Anyway,
It's a
they
36-track instrumental.
they logged $1.6 million in sales in the first week of
$1 million
making
or
it,
just million sales?
of making it available. $1 million.
Sweet.
$1 million
It's a lot better.
Yeah.
So that begs the question, is this the new model that we're looking towards?
I wish Moby Ryan was here because he knows all about this, actually. He's a big fan of Nine Inch Nails and how they release their music. The idea is this. Shitty pop music, you're not going to be able to follow this model. Your music's going to be downloaded, consumed, and thrown away because that's what shitty pop music is all about. It's expendable. You hear it for 3 weeks and throw it away. Some bands out there, Pearl Jam, Nine Inch Nails, I mean, all the bands that people follow through their albums,
They got a
through
fan
their
base.
growth, you
All right.
consider the fan a lasting fan base is a fan base that follows both the tour and the album releases after 10 years on the charts, which Nine Inch Nails is at.
I have a question for you about that, because we
Yeah.
were talking about this the other night. So this works for established bands.
Yes.
Radiohead and Nine Inch Nails do this because they have an established fan base.
Right.
What about bands that are breaking out? There are bands that are breaking out into the scene using social media, technology, internet,
Right.
zero label support. They make it for an album if they're lucky too, and then go on.
Exactly. Well,
So-
this is what I suggest, and this is what's been working for a lot of the bands that I see coming through the venues I work at. Start writing it down.
Righto.
First album, you're not going to make money on. Don't plan on it. Invest it back
Okay.
in. Give the music away for free.
Nah.
Make your money back on sales of tickets and merch. Spend your money on stickers and fucking t-shirts. Get out there and play
Fucking
shows.
t-shirts.
You make your money back.
I think the whole point is just avoiding the RIAA, essentially. And you know who has some thoughts on the RIAA?
Is it Adam?
No,
Not really. Doesn't have many thoughts.
Is it Joy or
I'm not a
Ryan?
thinker.
No.
That's not what I'm
Nikki?
paid to do here.
Iggs. It's gotta be Iggs.
No.
I have no idea then. That's everybody.
It's Schmidt Face! Yes.
That guy drinks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. It's Schmidt Face. Alright, fucking RIAA. What was it? Really idiot assholes? Was that something somebody said? I took it to a... they didn't really take it to another level. They didn't really do much, actually. They basically went and won all these fucking suits for all these fucking major music labels because all these bands are getting the fucking shaft. Said, oh yeah, you do this money, you do this fucking money. This is your fucking property. They deserve the fucking money. Agreed, okay? You know, like, people are downloading illegal shit. They need some fucking money. So they go and fucking get, like, $200 million across the board from, like, all these fucking different bands. And, you know, that's great. Fucking $200 million. Fucking awesome. Go bands. Get your fucking money. But fucking RIAA hasn't given them a fucking cent. Fuck that shit. That's why, like you guys said, fucking people like Trent Reznor and shit from Nine Inch Nails are putting their shit out online. That's fucking awesome. That thing was released in fucking every possible audio format you could fucking need. They had 4 fucking different packages for it. Like, you just download shit. You can download and buy the album. You get this other fucking package for your primary shit. And then they had, like, the super fan fucking collection. It was, like, the CD, which was autographs from fucking DVDs, some fucking vinyl, all sorts of fucking crazy shit, and whatever. Fucking RIAA, you guys still fucking suck the shaft. That was your Schmidt face.
Nah, we're back. Something's on fire. You gotta check. Something was on fire. But anyway, the show must go on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Schmidt, for those insightful words. You know, when he's got a few beers floating around, it's you know, he comes up with some decent shit.
That's right.
He's got a cool intro anyway.
That
Sure
is
does.
true. Oh, Chris, fist again with the intro. That was awesome.
Brandy spanking
We're the
new.
only one without an intro.
There's a reason for
I
that,
don't have
Joe.
an intro.
We're gonna work on that.
Paul doesn't have one.
You're just too beautiful to look at.
That's true. I don't have one.
Well, we don't have. I don't have my own segment yet. You
No,
don't
you
have
don't.
Your own segment, really. Well, I mean, sort of, but you incorporate it into the show.
No.
If you want separate segments, write info@bestdamntech.com. Let us
Yes.
know.
And say separate segments, please.
We read it sometimes.
Right. When it doesn't get caught in the spam filters. Also with the segments, the Very Duchess. Very Reverend
I'm
Mr.
still
Duchess
not
had a
over
plan
that.
with Iris and the virus. Alright, Russ. Any virus news for us, mate? Maybe no. Okay. Next, we have.
Hackers find a new way to hose Google users. That was the headline that the Register put out.
New way to
It's
hose
excellent,
Google
UK.
users.
Drama queens.
Now, Mr. Plan, is this just Google search engine users or people who use things like iGoogle?
Search engine users.
Okay, all right.
All right. So there's like this big iframe hack, and that was how you doing?
No, listening.
Oh yeah.
Is that like an
Listen over
Apple
there.
product? Like Apple's fucking new
No.
picture frame system?
iframe is in HTML, like it's just a way of getting like, you know, outside content to load within a page in a designated area.
Crap.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of garbage. But basically, these sites like CNET and there's all kinds of like big name sites that house all kinds of news comments. But when you search on Google and then you wind up on that site, or when you search inside like with their search pros, they document those search results and they put them in a page that Google can see to give them better search rankings on those results.
Okay.
Hackers got wind of this and they figured out that if they searched on certain topical content in the search bars of these websites and then put a piece of JavaScript code in there, it also posted the JavaScript code. So it was thereby putting inserting iframes into the site. So people would go to the website, they would search on it in Google, they would go to the website, and it would take them to a nefarious place that would then, it would take them to the site, which would then have like maybe some content or whatever that they would click on, and it would basically infect their PC.
Spyware, Trojans, whatever.
Yeah,
Infected,
there
huh?
was a whole cocktail of stuff that
Wow.
that would wind up on
Clever,
there.
clever bastards.
Yeah, very very clever. They patched it, but this got way out of control. I mean, this little iframe hack thing started out small, but then they started going on this blitz a couple days ago, and they hit like thousands of websites trying to find any kind of insecurity they could. They find them all over the place, and then they put up and like I don't even have the number here actually, but it was
Lots.
Yeah, I mean they got the Bloggies, that site was hit with it. The Vines, which is like a rock band, their site was hit with it. And then busting on them was Trend Micro saying, well, not busting on them, but saying like, you know, not even sites you can trust anymore necessarily have good content. and then someone looked at Trend Micro and said, "Oh, you know what? You guys were hit with it too."
Wow.
So, I mean, everybody like there's a whole slew of sites hit with this stuff. ZD, Asia.net,
Wow.
you know, a
So-
lot of CNET sites were hit with it. Torrent Reactor was hit with
How
it.
long were they being hit with this, or was it running under their nose, would you say?
You know, they're not really going to release that
But,
information.
I mean,
but
educated guess.
I would say that you know, week, 2 weeks. I mean,
It's enough to affect business.
moving it along.
I do like that story. I mean, it's a great story. But
Our own Drew was hit with a little attempted scam.
Oh, those
The
bloody
U.S.
scams.
copyright domain scam.
Oh, those domain scams.
It's not the penis enlargement thing.
Wasn't the domain registrar? Of
No,
America,
he falls.
was it?
Well, he doesn't know he's fallen for that one yet.
Yeah. Oh, you always falls for that one.
The copyright domain, like you get an email, it looks very official. They cite you know, bogus articles in the law, but basically it says that you need to copyright your website. Like, yeah, you have the domain register, but that's not enough. Anybody could then use that name. You know, it's not copyrighted. But I mean, this is really a confusion. They could
What do they want?
they want money, and then they basically fill out a form you could very well fill out yourself, and then
How much money do they
it
want?
copyrights your website name. But that's bullshit because you don't copyright something small like a website name. You register that as a trademark. Copyright ain't gonna do you fucking any good anyway.
Fucking
Yes, that's not true. You would copyright the name of a script as well, and not trademark it, so that it's not used within another.
But since 1989, anything I mean, pretty much anything you create is automatically copyrighted, whether you put copyright at the bottom or not.
Yeah, right. I mean, but you still. I mean, well, my point saying this is it's not exactly a scam. It's what it sounds like. I didn't see it. I mean, it's a resource they're offering you. You will be registering it correctly as a copyright, even though
they'll
you can
just-
do it yourself for free.
They'll just charge you more.
They'll just charge you to do it, right?
Some
Their
money.
site is US
Copyright.
copyright.org.
No, it's US Copyright
Yeah.
Domain.com or something like that.
Yeah, and they're putting themselves off as the government. If it was a reputable service,
Right.
they wouldn't have a name.
Well,
to drive
but
confusion.
you know who else puts themselves off as the government? The Treasury, and the Mint. A lot of things like that, which contact you and ask you to buy things, and it seems official.
I think
So
you say error on the side of caution.
yeah, it's gray area.
The point is, you don't have to copyright your website's name.
Right.
Anytime someone uses your website's name, it's only giving you publicity anyway.
Right.
Like, they try to play it off like if you don't, almost like someone could take your domain. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
not
true at all.
happening.
They're definitely
Right.
misleading you. It's definitely
Right.
scandalous.
Yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon either. You know, the domain registrars of America have this similar thing where they'll send an email out to people and say, you need to register it through us. It's about to expire. Here, pay $35.
Possibly registered.
$35 for a domain name is kind of ridiculous.
Speaking
Outward.
of scandalous, everyone should follow Scandalous on Twitter. Do you follow
Okay.
her? Oh my god, she Twitters the craziest shit.
Good stuff. Much appreciated. Also much appreciated, especially by our international community.
Which is Hoy Hoy McFleur. There's like 4 people in the rest of the world.
We're going around the World Wide Web.
Page 2.
Why?
Ooh, that's a fancy little.
What's all this then?
That is a fancy new intro there by Chris's Fist. Thank
done.
you for that. Very nicely done.
Right.
All right, Governor. Pip, pip.
Alright. Bob's your uncle?
Third generation Zunes will soon be. Will
Never
be
even saw the second
Right.
generation.
I don't know the first
In
generation.
fact,
Who knows?
the first generation I only saw before it was released in New York when we saw one. I never even saw one that's actually been purchased by somebody.
Welcome to the social.
They're going to be rolled out in Europe City by 2009.
the capital of Europe.
Here's the question. Why was the Zoo not offered to Europeans? Was it because of Wi-Fi standards or something like that?
No, I think that they understand technology a lot better and they're a little bigger.
They weren't going to buy it?
Right, exactly. They knew they were going to buy it. They did a survey to all the Frenches and they said,
Wow, that's great. Well,
sorry, mate.
Wow.
So that was their customer survey.
See, now it should be awesome. If Creative Zen Vision W adds Wi-Fi, it's the best ever. That's
Send
what I'm
us
waiting
one to
for.
play with,
Whatever.
Please, Creative, somebody.
Our good mates at Apple, they're expanding throughout the States. You know, very, very prolific with opening their new Apple stores.
Yeah.
It's doing well for them. They're also expanding internationally, which means outside of the US.
To Mexico?
Well, Canada, for example. But they're also going to Australia. They're going to Australia, people. Australia. 3 new stores in Oz.
So they're
It's very exciting.
Apple has somehow found a way to power their devices with didgeridoo and fucking kangaroo scat. That's amazing.
I don't know if it's didgeridoo. I think it was
They've got micro
boomerangs.
koalas climbing around in there.
Boomerangs are the primary power source.
So what? You're like, oh, my iPod's out of power. You just throw it, wait till it come back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly right. And it charges in air.
It's the
Wow.
new Mac Air.
Full charge.
And the fucking keyboards are down
It's a-
under
it's a funny-
laptops, so you type like this and look at the
Hey
monitor.
everybody, how you doing?
It's a weird shape. You have to get used to it, sure, but
Crazy.
well worth the investment, I say. Finally, here on the Best Damn Tech Show period around the world and the World Wide Web.
Finally.
Microsoft are also tapping into the European market. This time, they are lowering the price of their fabulous Xbox something.
Oh, the one thing they do right, the
360.
Xbox 360.
Exactly right, Adam. Thank you very much. Xbox 360 is better than the PS3 right now because the PS3 still don't have out their fucking social aspect of it. They don't have their PS3
No.
home running well yet. And
Nope.
It's not even up.
The
The
games.
fucking Xbox 360, I'm playing with people. Hey guys, let's go to this game. All right, sure. And you talk to them, and it's great.
Kill.
With the 8-bit sense.
Bonus point.
It's awesome.
So the entry
High
level, which is I think 40 gigs or something like that, is actually cheaper than the PS3 and the Wii, and that is all the
and you
time.
can actually find
Wii
it.
is amazing.
The Wii you still can't
And it's
find.
cheap as shit.
I find mine.
I mean, we have them, but I'm saying the general public, douchebags out on the street, can't find
Yeah,
it.
my buddy Mike was in Best Buy this past Sunday, and it was still mayhem getting the
Yeah.
the 6
Really?
Wii's
Oh
available.
yeah, my mom had to buy one recently for some cousin or nephew I have. I don't
I
know.
subscribe to on Twitter. It's called what is it? Wii something. Where every time Amazon has Wii's in stock, it sends out a tweet, and then
Oh,
it'll send a tweet out after when it's not. So it's like shut the fuck
Speaking
up.
of tweet,
she rocks around the treetops all night long, rocking and a bopping and a singing.
Obviously, people, that's all the time we
Yeah,
have
it
for
is.
this
It is,
week.
absolutely.
We loved having you back. We're glad to be back doing a show. And also thank you to our peanut gallery here, Hilly, Bardo,
yep, thanks.
Dr. Drew, Schmitty, my cohort in crime, Randy McNally, and of course, the very Reverend Sir Duchess Adam
Stupid name,
Plant.
that's right. Not even a nickname.
Sir Duchess, I love it.
It's great to see you
Doesn't make any
again.
fucking
Really
sense.
great to see you again. I am out of beer. I
yeah.
got to fill up
Yeah, speaking of
until
Wii,
Calm down.
Let him out.
until next time. Have a geek week.
Have a good week.
oh yeah, cheers. Hey, yeah.